So I wrote down some things. I need to just stick on track because I think I'm all over the place right now. Okay, you know, I'm on the right track. We still talking about ship life. So yeah, when it comes to ship life, it was very like overwhelming because like you're living on a ship and it's like you're living on a ship. So like you have to, you know, coexist with everyone on the ship for an amount of time. I was on the ship for 4 months. Normally the contracts are 6 months, but I was on the ship for 4 months every single day, and I was working every single day despite the time when I had COVID. I'll talk about that. And then one time I faked sick because I just needed a break from everyone. It was just too much and I needed a break. I was literally going mad on that boat. And we're gonna get more into that, but let's start where we at. Like I was getting accustomed to everybody. There's like so many different people, so many different ethnicities and people with different languages and accents, different races. I mean, if you've ever been on a cruise ship, you already know. It was just that, but for a beginner. And then I'm working on there too. If you've ever been on a cruise ship, you see the photographers. Like that was me. Like I'm outside, like that. Like that's literally what I was doing. You know what I mean? Like I was begging for pictures. Like take a picture. And you know, it got to a point where I was like, I am tired of asking. I'm tired of taking pictures. I don't want to take any more pictures. Like, it was just like, it was too much pressure because we had to take a certain amount of pictures. Like, we had to sell a certain amount of this. If we didn't do that, our supervisor, she was irritated. And then it's like, we all getting messages in the group chat talk about we need to do better. Y'all not doing good. This is terrible. Look at the sales. Look at the numbers. And we just all looking at each other like we just went out there and broke our necks to get these pictures. Like, if they don't want to buy them, they don't want to buy them. Like, we had to get image count. It was image count, image count, image count, image count, image count. Like, we used to crack jokes. We used to be so stressed. So as far as my work group, was my roommate, of course, my assistant manager, my manager, and then there was, we'll just call him Gizmo. He was from Jamaica. And then there was, we'll call him Mikey. He was from India. And then we'll call Stephanie, which is my roommate. She was also from South Africa, just like my assistant manager. And then there was, we'll call him Ike and Mike. Because, yeah, we'll call both of them Ike and Mike. There's Ike, who is from, he's European too. I can't remember where he's from, but he's European. And it was just too many personalities, too many different, too many different, like, cultural, like, you know, perceptions of life. Because I mean, wow, it was a lot between all of us. Like, 1 minute we all cool, 1 minute we all beefed out, this person beefed out, we don't like this person or me, like, and we all worked together and we had to get along. So a lot of the times we had to fake the funk, but like 9 times out of 10 us two were talking about this person talking about that person. Like, it was really like that. And I could say I was in the mix too. I was talking my junk about this person. Like, it was, you know. And then me and my roommate, like, me and her had to coexist. I know me and her both didn't like each other, but we coexisted just because we were in the most tiniest room ever. Our room was so small. I'm gonna see if I have the video of like my room, but it was extremely small and I overpacked. So it's like I had so much going on. It was just a hot mess. Overall, it was nice getting to, like, you know, experience all of that. I had times where I was going to go drink, and then it's like, oh yeah, I didn't mention like personal life and work life is all in one. Like, there is not separated. So it's like your personal life when you're not working and you're out, you know, on your off time, you're spending time, you know, off the ship, or late at night when, you know, it's not work hours and you can go to the bar and stuff like that. We had our own personal bar to go to for different functions. And it's like, you know, we're going to the bar, we're drinking and whatnot, we're hanging out, we're all adults, we're all grown as far as like the employees of the ship. And, you know, things happened and things happened and things happened and things happened and so many things happened. It was wild. You know, I remember leaving out of the club at 3, 4 in the morning. Not club, Lord, the bar, 3 or 4 in the morning, like twisted. And at the time when I started working on the ship, I wasn't drinking. Like, I've always really been a smoker more than a drinker, so I wasn't drinking. And that's another thing I had to adjust to, is was not smoking anymore. I'll get into that too. I wasn't drinking. Like, when I lived in California, I wasn't drinking. I was just like a heavy smoker. Like, drinking wasn't just, I grew out of it. When I got to California, I was kind of cool on it. Just because it was so much reefer. The ship, I had to adjust to not smoking anymore. So in the beginning, I was like irritable, very irritable. I think me and my supervisor got into it like maybe my first month working on the ship. Like we didn't speak to each other for like 3 days. Like, your legs are broken, like, get up and walk. Like, what are you crying for? Like, I don't, like, we all break our leg. Like, I broke my leg, my back, and I got ran over by a car last week, and you don't see me crying, you shouldn't be crying either. Like, that's how, that was her mentality. We clashed with that. Yeah, I remember leaving drinking, and I'm drunk, and I'm, you know, going back to my room and everything like that. And I used to think, because like with the crew members on the ship, everyone has a specific like duty when it comes to like mayday, the ship's going down. I never really finished my point when I was talking about this. But yeah, I used to leave and think, like, we're all drunk. What if something happens to the boat and we're drunk? How are we going to help save lives and we're drunk? So we all have, like, you know, different functions and stuff like that. Some people was hired just the same way as the jobs, where it's, you know, some people's jobs are higher than others and they're higher rankings. There's the duties where, you know what I'm saying, some people are higher than others. And baby, I was down here. When it came to, like, you know, the job, I was a little bit up here because I got to eat with the guests and whatnot. And like, there's crew members that they can't eat with the guests. They have their own specific like cafeteria area at the bottom of the ship where we all live. They call it the mess. I believe that's what we called it, the mess. What do we call it, the mess? But I used to be down there eating. They used to have some good food down there. I don't know about nobody else, but I used to be down there smashing on them. I used to be going in. That's another thing too on the ship. Whoo, baby, you better watch what you're eating. All right, because it's a lot of it, and you could just eat. As far as the levels, so, you know, back to the functions. I was a stairway guy, so I was like basically like our whole group was stairway guys. If something going down, we stand in the hallway. We make sure people are going up the stairs and down the stairs the right way, or getting where they're supposed to go and stuff like that, keeping people calm and whatnot. And we would have drills once a cruise. Couldn't stand the drills. Sometimes I'd be in there sleep and it go off, and you'll know if you have to participate in the drill or not, whether if you're working or not, or it's your turn to do whatever it is. And I'll insert pictures of me in the life vest, like just irritated over the drill, like ready to go. And the drill lasts like at least some like 20 minutes, some 30 minutes, and then you got to go back to work, or you go back to whatever you was doing or whatever it is. People always ask, did we get personal time to the ship and personal time off the ship and whatnot. We did. Some people's time, depending on the job they work, was longer than others. I used to get at least an hour and 30 minutes off the ship, and that's where I found my peace. That was like, whoo, baby, I used to just enjoy the time off the ship. I was in Alaska, and then note that I said I was a smoker. You know, smoking was definitely prohibited as far as like working and everything like that. But I took that chance, and I used to go to the dispensary that they had. I'm sorry if y'all seeing this now, I really don't care. Yep, I was smoking. I sure was. Y'all was stressing me out. I was getting off the ship, and I was going to the dispensary, hoping nobody saw me walking to the dispensary, buy weed, and then I would go buy me all my little products and whatnot, and I would go smoke. And I would try to buy small stuff. So like nothing ever came back with me on the ship. I'm not gonna say whether or not I did or didn't bring weed on the ship. I'm not gonna ever say whether I did or didn't smoke on the ship. But I always tried to make sure that, like, you know, I didn't have anything on me. I always had spray and stuff like that, and I was all good. I know I used to take naps after going off the ship, smoke, come back, nap, whether I ate or before or after. But I remember I used to have times where I would just get in this deep sleep. It was just so good of a sleep. and I would jolt up out my sleep because I would feel like I'm oversleeping because of work, just because of like only having small periods of times where I could take naps, and then I have to go right back to work because I was working all day, and I would work at least like 3 or 4 times a day. It'd be shifts broken up where I work, have a break, work, have a break, then work all at night. Because there was a gala or something at night, a dinner. They do the dinners and stuff like that. We gotta go take a picture of people at the dinners and whatnot. And then like by 10 o'clock, we're off. We're not working anymore. And we're like breaking down everything. We're done. And we will all like go have dinner together. Most times we would have dinners together. Even when we didn't like each other, it would be split dinners. It got to a point where like we all really was like, we was holding on by a thread. And it was like these two people will go eat. If we see another person, we may or may not sit with them. Like my roommate and our assistant manager became boyfriend and girlfriend. And I was just like, oh my God, they were so annoying because they always wanted to sleep in our room. And they was expecting me to go have a blast and live my life. No, I want to sleep. I don't even want to be here anymore. Like, and like, I just want to be in my room and enjoy my peace and quiet. It's been a hell of a day. And like, they would never go to his cabin. Like, why couldn't, I mean, y'all don't have to do the whatever over there because there's another male, because, you know, they pair you up male, female, or whatever. Couples can get rooms together if they're like, they've officially signed off that they're dating and they want to stick together during the cruise ships and all that stuff. It's stipulations with all that, but I don't really know too much about it because I didn't have to deal with that. Y'all can go hang out over there. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind giving y'all a room if y'all want to do what y'all want to do, you know, and you want her to be, you know, where she's at because she's a woman. She can, you know what I'm saying? She's comfortable around me. This is her room and whatnot. But it's like, it used to be like pulling teeth between all of us because it's like, I want to be in my room and I want to relax and I want to chill. I don't want to go to the bar. In the beginning, it's like, I'm not a drinker really. So what am I going to the bar for? Being around a whole bunch of drunk people. Like, I'm anxious. No.
Nigga, no.
It was just like, I had to deal with that. I had to deal with my personal, like, you know, situationship life with, you know, people on the ship. And that was stressful, like, because it's like, you know, when things are just like not on a fun or friendly level no more, it's like, you're still here. It's like, you're not out of my life anymore. You still work on this ship with me. I'm still gonna see you next week, and the next week, and the next week, and the next week, until it's time for one of us to go, or they transfer one of us, or something like that happens. You know, it was smoke, you know what I'm saying, with certain people. Like, overall, it was very fun. I got to see cool things. I got to see, you know, dolphins jumping out of the water, whales, sea lions, eagles, icebergs, glaciers, and stuff like that. I got to be in Alaska. I got to smoke Alaska weed. It was amazing. I got to eat really good on the ship. I mean, I was eating down. Like, when I went to California, I was at my heaviest, and then I got down to my smallest in California. So I went from like 190 to like 160. And when I got on the ship, by like month 2, I was back to I was back to 190. I was eating good, baby. I was eating so good. Like, just when I got off that ship, I cried. My best friend picked me up. It was cool because I got off in San Francisco. It was like, you know, I was glad to because I had so much stuff. I had so much stuff when I went. I didn't know how to pack going, so I overpacked. But when you do stuff like that, you buy new things. You want to take things home with you and whatnot. People give you things. Like, cruisers gave me all kinds of things. They have the little traveling ducks for cruisers, like they have it for Jeeps, they have it for cruisers. So I took a lot of stuff home too because I wanted to just hold on to the experience. So I had like 3 suitcases and a book bag. I had so much baggage. My best friend was pulling off. I was smoking a blunt and I was crying. I was like, please get me away from this. It was such a nightmare. Would I do it again? No. It was a great experience though. And I'm glad I did it because I learned a lot about photography and I got to experience a whole bunch of people. And like, I'll show y'all some guests that I got to like appreciate and take pictures with and whatnot, and they were just a delight. That helped me also transition from like Canon to a Sony, because that's the kind of camera we were using. I learned how to do studio lights indoor, because I didn't know how to do studio setup. I got to learn all of that. I got to learn how to set up backdrops and whatnot. So all of that has contributed to the photographer I am today. So I wouldn't take that back. I wouldn't do it again. Sometimes I consider it. Maybe not as a photographer, because it made me kind of fall out of love with just how we had to viciously attack people for pictures. And I love taking pictures, and I constantly have people saying no, 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 no. About little nose. It was breaking my heart. Just a whole bunch of little nose. It was a lot of times I didn't even pick up my own camera when I was on the ship and take it outside and go take cool pictures. I did a lot of stuff on my phone. But we had parties. Like, it was wild too. Like, we got to really be fun, you know, be ourselves and have fun. It was cool. So yeah, I'm gonna insert some stuff. I think I already said that a million times. And I'm hoping this like clears up anything about like the experience with working on the cruise ship. It was amazing. I just want to thank you for coming. This has been nice, and I gotta go. All right, I'll see y'all next time. Peace. I also wanted to share this as well, because this was really sad. When I was on the ship, there's like other ships that would, like from our line, that would go to the same places as us. A person from one of the other ships, like, he took his life. He jumped off the ship, and it was just very mind-blowing, like when it started circulating around our ship, and like the other crew members were talking about it, because like some of the people on our ship knew, you know, him and everything like that. And like, you know, people knew other people from other ships and just doing contracts. So it's just like hearing everybody on the ship talking about him and talking about it. And then like I started to see like the news articles. I was reading through them and whatnot, and then I came across his social media page, and I was just seeing all the wonderful things that people had to say about him, and it was just really sad. He jumped off the ship, and I mean, like, it gets stressful. It does get stressful. So it breaks my heart, because I know that I was going through it. I almost quit. I really almost quit. Like, I was about to sign off, and I was at the office. I couldn't take it anymore with my supervisor. Like, just everything was just piling up, my emotions. I was ready to be home. I couldn't do it. And I think I had like a month and a half left. And like, I was just like, I can't quit. I won't. Like, I have to stay. And I told them, I was like, I take it back. And they was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. I'm just gonna stay, and I'm gonna ride it out, and I'm just gonna hold on. And I held on by a thread for that last month and a half. If it wasn't for Mike, you know who you are, because your name starts with the M. You really helped me get through. You really, 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 really did. And I appreciate you. You helped me get through, because it was just so overwhelming. The rest of y'all, kick rocks. My prayers are to his family, because that's just like the most, you know, heartbreaking thing, to even get a phone call that someone in my family, you know what I'm saying, took their life. I just hate that. So if anyone out there is like going through anything, like, I do urge you to speak to someone. I'm currently in therapy, and this is not no promotional ad or anything. I ain't even got there yet. This is me talking to you, telling you that it is like, therapists are there for you to go talk to them and open up about everything. They're not going to judge you. I've told my therapist like the most deepest things that people don't even know, like, that has ever happened to me. And I've told her, and I feel so great that I was able to get that up off of me, talk it out, and release it. Seek therapy. It is okay. Like, and when I say seek therapy, sometimes it's not always okay to unload onto people, because they're not, you know, trained and, you know, equipped to handle what you're going through, all those emotions, and you know that stuff is dark. So I urge you to talk to a therapist, because they are equipped for you to unleash all that darkness and pour out into them, and for them to help you walk through it. So please do that. You know, I think it's vital, and I care about your life. So yes, please do that.